The amount of money that we have to borrow is completely unfinanceable. There's no way it can be done. So the Federal Reserve is going to do it because the consequences of the Federal Reserve not doing it are horrific and immediate. The consequences of them doing it are even more horrific, but they're not as immediate. And again, that's why we're going to choose to do that, so we can delay. It's the exact same mistake that they made in Japan. It's the same mistake. All politics, they're making the mistakes in Europe. The only difference is the magnitude. It's worse here. That's what people just don't get. They think that somehow we're the cleanest dirty shirt in the hamper. We're not. There's a lot of dirty shirts in that hamper. I mean, they're all dirty, but we are the dirtiest. And it's because of the way our economy has evolved relative to these other economies. Now, evolved is not the right word because evolution probably implies an improvement, right? You get better over time. We didn't evolve. We adapted. We adjusted. I would say we degenerated, maybe is a better word. But we became a service sector economy because we didn't have to produce. Why didn't we have to produce goods? Because we could print money. We had the reserve currency. And so we were able to replace our factories with strip malls, right? And so our economy, based on this exorbitant privilege, went off on this tangent. But when we lose that privilege, which we are going to do, right? It is inevitable. Then our economy is not prepared to handle this transition back to normalcy, right? Like again, you're totally used to a bunch of drugs. You've been on heroin or cocaine or whatever you're doing for years and years, and now all of a sudden you go cold turkey. Your body's not built to handle that anymore. It's dependent on these drugs. And so we've been dependent on these drugs for a long time.